Hey, what's going on guys? Fursty here, back with another video. In today's video I'm going to be giving you guys tips and advice on how you can have the best 100% accuracy in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and how you guys can win a lot more gunfights in multiplayer. So, real quick before I get in this video, if you guys could drop a like, I'd really appreciate that. Let's see if we can break 10 likes on this video. That would be the goal. If you guys could just drop a like down below, I'd really appreciate that. Also, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I'd really appreciate that as well. I have a lot of tips and advice in this video that I'm going to be giving to you guys today, and we're going to kind of go about this video in sections with different things that I'm going to be talking about. So the first thing that I want to bring up with you guys is one of the most important things, which is sensitivity. Now, all I see when I'm watching like bigger YouTubers or watching live streams of people playing Call of Duty, especially with pros, people are always asking in the chat or in the comments, what sensitivity do you play on? Now, a lot of people have a misconception that if they play on the same sensitivity as a pro, they'll automatically be better or have better accuracy. Now, that's just not the case. The sensitivity really revolves around your play style and really what you kind of run and how accurate you are. Now, for instance, my sensitivity is a 4-4. I like to play in kind of a sensitivity range where I can win accurate long-range gunfights and also be able to kind of turn on people close range as well. So I found that 4-4 was the best sensitivity for that. 5-5 is also something that people can use to kind of do that same sort of thing. But one thing that you definitely want to make sure you're not doing is playing on a sensitivity lower than 4. That sensitivity is really too low. I mean, sure, you might win some more long-range gunfights, but when you're in the close range, you can't even move on to enemies, you can't snap onto people, you're going to be too slow, and you're going to lose a lot more gunfights because of that. So definitely try to stay away from playing on a sensitivity lower than 4. If you are doing that right now, I definitely recommend that you guys bump your sensitivity up one by one. When you're jumping or lowering your sensitivity, you should always do it by one notch at a time. Don't just jump straight from like 4 to 8 or from 10 to 2, because it's going to be way too much of a drastic change and you're ultimately just going to get worse by doing that. So definitely change your sensitivity one by one to get lower or higher. If you're playing on a sensitivity like over 6, your accuracy is going to be a lot shakier than if you're playing on something like a 5 or a 4. That's an issue that I found in earlier Call of Duties. It was so hard to actually kill people at range with an assault rifle because my accuracy was just so shaky. So I definitely recommend that if you guys are using assault rifles and finding that your accuracy is really shaky long range, then you should definitely lower your sensitivity a little bit. Moving on to the second tip, it's going to be attachments. Now, attachments are a very vital thing in this game because some attachments can give you a way bigger advantage than other attachments. Now, the attachments that I would run on pretty much any gun that shoots automatically would be foregrip, obviously, because it helps you so much with keeping your gun consistent and the recoil low. Foregrip allows you to win a lot more long-range gunfights, and it also allows you to shoot straighter on people that are on head glitches and things like that. So definitely something that I would recommend using. Second attachment that I recommend you guys use is quick draw. Now, this is for winning more gunfights. Now, when you're using an attachment like quick draw, you bring your scope up faster than your enemy if they are not using it. So you are going to be able to get the first shot off on your enemy every time if you're using quick draw, which allows you to win 9 out of 10 more gunfights than if you weren't using it. So honestly, I don't see why you aren't using this attachment right now. If you guys have not used quick draw in this game yet, definitely use it. It's definitely an attachment you're going to want to use. Now, the final attachment that I think is kind of a must in this game is stock. Now, stock is something that I wouldn't really recommend using on a submachine gun, but definitely recommend using on an assault rifle, because if you're not using stock, you're not going to be able to really strafe your bullets left and right as efficiently as anybody that is using stock. Stock allows you to kind of maneuver your weapon while aiming in on your scope more than if you weren't using it. So if people are jumping up in the air or strafing left and right or trying to drop shot you, stock is the attachment that allows you to follow them around while you're shooting, aiming in your sight. So it's definitely an attachment that you would want to run if you're trying to improve your aim, improve your accuracy, and win more gunfights against people that like to move around a lot. Now, moving into the third tip of the video, that will be the weapon choice. If you are a player that likes to play really aggressive, likes to get in the enemy base, then you should use a weapon that fits that playing style. So instead of using an LMG, use a submachine gun. Instead of using a sniper rifle, unless you are a quickscope or something like that, then start using like an assault rifle, because if you are using a gun like an LMG, that has a lot slower of a fire rate than, say, a submachine gun. So if you are rushing enemies with a gun like that, you're not going to be able to really do too well in close quarters. So using a submachine gun instead of an LMG in a situation like that would definitely help you come out on top in that gunfight. Again, in a long range engagement, try using something like the NV4 for instance. That weapon shoots the straightest out of any other gun in this game. So I would recommend using an NV4 over a sniper rifle. Honestly, that's just my personal opinion. Some people might think differently of that, but if I have an NV4 in my hands long range, I cannot see myself not getting the kill on the enemy. Now before I move into the next tip of this video, I just wanted to say that this video is targeted more towards beginners or people struggling with these topics that I'm going over. If you're more of an advanced player and you're finding these topics as kind of like basic or beginner type things that you already knew to do, then I do apologize for that. But some other tips that I'm going to be going over might help refresh your memory or give you guys some thoughts of things that you used to do in the past that you forgot that have really helped out your gameplay. So moving into the fourth tip of the video, that would be your crosshairs. Now, when I'm talking about crosshairs, I'm talking about the things that you see in the middle of your screen while you're running with the gun in your hands. One thing about this that is just such a common mistake for beginner people is that they don't really think too much about your crosshairs. Now, when you are playing in a game mode where you are constantly moving and trying to get around the map, you're going to want to have your crosshairs kind of towards the middle of your screen. So if you're turning around a corner, you don't want to be looking down at the ground because there's a chance that there could be an enemy around that corner already waiting for you to come, and you could die just like that without even having a chance to shoot back. So if you have your crosshairs in the middle of your screen, you can kind of use that to be more aware of things going on around the map. Another thing with crosshairs is you want to kind of look to where you would think enemies would be. So this is kind of tying into like pre-aiming, as people would say in competitive, but you always want to be pre-aiming around corners, pre-aiming popular spots on the map. So for instance, there's always that person on the head glitch on Frost on the submarine in the middle. So if you're running from either side, you want to have your crosshairs kind of towards the head glitch. Start pre-aiming it around the corner. Start looking in that general area before you even cross that corner, because if there is someone there and you're looking in that area, you have a way better chance of getting that kill than if you were looking towards the ground or something. So definitely always try to look to where you might think enemies would be. Kind of just expect things, and that will ultimately help you win more positions around the map, because people do like to sit in those popular head glitches and stuff like that. So if you pre-aim them and expect them to be there before you cross a path that you can actually see them, it'll help you get the first shots off on that person, which will help you win that gunfight. Moving into the next topic of the video, we have angles. Now this kind of ties into like head glitches and stuff like that. Obviously, if you are on a head glitch and you are challenging someone that's not on a head glitch, you are automatically at an advantage. So you're going to want to try and put yourself in advantages like that. When playing on maps, try to notice those like head glitch areas or those places on the map where you have a way better angle on the enemy than they have on you. For instance, on Throwback, that middle train track area leading out to the field, when people are running out there, the first place that they're probably going to look is to their left towards barns. So if you are sitting somewhere around the blue area or the blue building, and you are sitting outside of the blue building, not in the window, and they run out, you automatically already have the better angle in the situation because they're not going to be adjusted to you yet, so you can shoot the first shot and win that gunfight easier. But those are all the tips that I had for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, please drop a like once again, as I'd really appreciate it. Let's see if we can smash 10 likes on the video. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe. That's going to be all for the video. I'm on the road to 300 subscribers, and until next time guys, I am out. Peace.